Alright, I'm going to put together some fletching on my primitive arrows, so I might as well have you guys along. Some of the tools I'm going to use to put on the fletching is a jasper flake, a dacite flake, some sticks which I will use to burn the feathers with, and my lamp that I have bear grease sitting in. It's actually an obsidian kind of bowl that naturally formed, and I have a cedar, western red cedar cordage wick. So that's my fire. And I've got some sinew I'll be using to tie it on with, and some pitch for sealing it. And I'm going to be making a 2 Fletch arrow. It just has the 2 feathers. Amazingly, it actually flies extremely well. Just as good as if it had 3 fletchings on it. It works really good. And it's easier. I'm going to go ahead and pound this into this crack. First thing I'm going to do is figure out how long I need it to be. So it's roughly going to be, the feather part of the fletching is going to be about that long. Go ahead and just take this, I'm going to burn this down. About right there. That just roughly gives me the length I need there. Okay, I'm going to go up about 2/3 of the way. Let's go ahead and peel this side back. I don't want to pull it up too much that way, or it'll peel the feathers off. So, what I do is I take it to this. Perfect. So there's one feather totally done. Now what I'll do is I'll make another one, and then I will soak them in water. And that makes the feather stretch and expand so that when you tie it together, once it dries, it'll stretch it tight and keep it from getting all loose. like that. I learned that from Billy Berger. What is it? Primitive Pathways? I think that's what his channel's called. Okay, now we will soak the feathers in water. While my feathers are soaking, I'll get some sinew, some strips of sinew ready. And this is backstrap sinew. And it's very important that your sinew be processed properly. If you let your sinew start to rot before it dries, you won't be able to pull on it really tight. I found that out. So I'm just tearing off some strands of sinew. I like the back strap because it's really long, nice long pieces you can use to wrap on the fletching. With nice long pieces here. Get it nice and wet, soaking. And let that soak in for a while. If you're wondering what that noise is.
Did I see you put it on
What are you doing? Are you making all that noise?
Yes.
Are you the one over here making all this racket? Are you making something in particular, or are you just breaking rocks?
I'm making a mess. I'm making big rocks.
I see that.
Rocks.
Alright, where were we? Somewhere over here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rough up the area where the sinew is going to be attached with my piece of sandstone. Okay. Now they are thoroughly wet and soaked. Okay. Take some of the sinew. I try to put it in line with the knock so that when you're pulled back, the feathers are pointing straight up and down. Alright, double check, make sure they're lined up. Nope. I'll leave about that much there so that when you fold it over, you'll have some of the quill there that you can wrap the sinew around, like thus. And grab the quill here and pull it nice and snug. Alright, and then go ahead and fold it back over. Daniel. I'll go ahead and trim these little doinkies off. And folding it back after you've wrapped it will just make it so that these feathers can't pull out when you're shooting. Continue wrapping. And I built it up with sinew up in front of here so that the quill of the feather won't poke into your hand when you're shooting. And then once that dries, I'll seal it all up with some pitch glue. I'm going to need to make the nocks a little bit deeper too. Camouflage. This is burnishing the wood to make it silky smooth. See, and now it's all shiny. And that's it for making fletching for the day. Because it's getting dark and cold and it's getting noisy around here too. So I think this is called Southeastern 2 Fletch. Whoa. Go ahead and fold it back over. Daniel.